Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Revolutionary Girl Utena episode 14. Last time we did 12 and 13. 12 was kind of, I guess, the wrap-up of this arc with the first run-through of the student council. I don't know if there will be another run-through, but maybe. Sort of the wrap-up there. Utena went and fought the dude, and he lost, and she got Anthe back, and everything is right in the world. But more importantly, she got herself back. She's doing it to regain herself, and that was pretty cool. I'm still a little bit confused by it, but maybe things will become clearer in the future, or they'll become even more muddled. I don't know. And then episode 13 was like probably my favorite recap episode of any recap episode I've ever watched. Normally I don't watch recap episodes, but this one was really cool. It added some interesting things and stuff about Dios and like these prince people with the hair color and the Utena colored skin, and like they're weird and interesting. And then there was this like amazing going through all these colors, which was really cool. And we rehashed all the fights with the fight songs that were played, and that was really cool. It was fun. It was a fun time. It certainly dragged because, I mean, it was a recap episode and there was very little new information there. But it was a fun time, and I feel like it was a good refresher on the things that happened. There were a lot of things that I had sort of just lost in memory, and so hopefully it touched on a lot of the things that I should keep in mind going forward, and so that's really helpful if it did. In any case, we're getting into episode 14. I am thinking that we start a new arc at this point, and maybe things get really much weirder from here. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah. Let's do chill stuff. If you like this video, go ahead and do that. If you hate it, give it a big old thumbs down. If you could leave me a comment letting me know what you dislike about it, that would be great, because then I can improve. That's nice. If you're not subbed and you want more, maybe do that. And if you are subbed and you're not getting videos, maybe the bell can help you. Maybe. If you really like this content or want to support this guy who makes it, or just want early access to next week's Utena a week early, or access to our Discord to chat about stuff, or to vote in polls for things I watch next. There are 3 polls coming up soonish. So all of that is available via patreon.com/teeaboo. Teeaboo. I'm dumb. Okay. Chill stuff is done. Utena, let's do it. The PiP version's in the description as usual. Timer version on YouTube, beep beep timer, boop 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 beep, beep in the green light. That's the same frame that the video starts playing on my screen. Good, good. Let's go. Beep beep timer goes here. Whoa. This is not the usual way we start. Whoa! Oh, okay. It's the prince dude with the rose thing. And water. And another what?
僕の黒バラは闇を吸い込んでいるから。ねえ先輩、あの桐生生徒会長がこのところずっと休んでるんだってさ。だから最近の学園は静かなんだ。
いいことだよ。すべからく学園とは平和な学び屋だって叱るべきだ。
What the fuck? And then they're gone. The boys of the Black Rose. What? Alright, coming right out the gate with the weird stuff.
では失礼します。
Okay, and the...
ただいま父。今日は土曜だからクラスで騒いでたんだ。お前のご主人も来ればよかったのに。また付き合い悪いよな。ただいま姫宮。あれ、いないのか。
Ah, food.
パーティーの残り物だよ。疲れた。そういえば姫宮、土曜の夜はあんまり見かけないな。チュチュ、お前何か知らないか？あ、ウテナ様。
Hey, Auntie, where you been?
学校です。あ、そう。
Uh-huh.
そういえば週末の夜はよくいなくなるけど何かあるの？はい。週に一度ぐらいは会うことにしようと言われてますので。誰に？お兄様に。
あ、Yeah!
君にお兄さんなんているの？
So that guy down there is the Auntie brother?
失礼します。
What?
あら、間違えちゃった。いえ、ここでいいんです。じゃあ、ここが理事長室？こりゃ掃除するのも大変だね。
The hell is that big thing? Is that a
これが君のお兄さん？
telescope? Oh, it's a planetarium projector. Oh.
あれ、ウテナ様？姫宮、やばいよ。マジだよ、お楽しみ中だよ。邪魔しないうちに帰ろう。
はじめまして、大鳥明夫です。
すみません、天井ウテナです。すみません。
いえいえ、ようこそいらっしゃいました。妹が友達を紹介してくれたのは初めてだから嬉しいです。
まさか
That's the other guy from the
いえ、
thing with the what?
本当の理事長はかなえさんのお父様。
父は明夫さんのこととても気に入っていて、私が高等部を卒業したらすぐにでも式を挙げるつもりなんです。
Whoa!
それはおめでとうございます。
いや、まだ早いと何度も言ったんです
I
が。
think it might be.
理事長室がこんな風になってるなんて知りませんでした。
本当は空を見て過ごしているのが僕には性に合ってるんですよ。
星がお好きなんですね。
もう普通じゃないくらい。この設備があるからうちの養子になったんだなんて陰口を言われてるくらいなんです。昨日もまたここに泊まったんですって。
星はいいですよ。望遠鏡から覗くと見慣れた星もみんなの知らない素顔を見せてくれますからね。
Hmm. There's definitely some kind of thematic thing building up there.
君の名をつけてあげるよ。
もうしょうのないお兄さんだこと。
僕はここに来て間もないけれど、ただ一つわかることがある。
How long have you
この
been
学園
here?
の生徒はみんな自由で高学心があって、何より争いがない。
ずっとこうだといいんですけどね。
大鳥学園に悪いことなんて起こらないわよ。
失礼します。
ねえ、私のことをお姉さんって呼んでいいのよ。もうすぐ私はあなたの本当のお姉さんになるんだからね。
Nope.
はい。
Oh, okay.
ありがとう三影くん。君の論文のおかげだ。我々の研究室が諮問機関に選ばれたよ。
僕の論文じゃなくて、あれは先生の論文でしょ。
ああ、君、例のものを早く。先日妻が温泉に行ってね。
It's got a picture of the Dios guy.
はい。回りくどいことをしてすまない。少ないがこれを収めてほしいんだ。
お気遣いは無用です。それよりいずれ僕の方から先生方にお願いすることもあるでしょう。その時こそよろしく。
もちろん我々にできることなら何でも協力させてもらうよ。
Not showing these characters really.
さすがに見影ゼミナールを主催するカリスマ高校生、すごい感覚だ。肝が冷えたよ。見影ゼミ、通称黒バラ会。
Oh!
王将のキャリアすらメンバーにしているというのもあながち噂だけじゃないですね。彼の恩恵を受けているんだから、我々大学部の教員だって一言じゃないさ。天才高校生見影掃除か。
So he's ghostwriting papers for professors and stuff.
そうそう。この前の話は考えてくれたかい？
It's a big divide between them.
それで
せっかく誘っていただいて恐縮なんですが、やはり僕は見影先輩のゼミにはふさわしくないと思います。
そう。君のような優秀な知性こそまさに僕の求めるものなんだが。でもまあ、そっか。君がそういうのなら仕方ない。
Is that
気が変わって
an unopened can?
後悔させないから。
ありがとうございます。では。ウテナ様、ありがとうございます。
何が？
お兄様に私の秘密を黙っていてくれて。
ああ、そのことか。
私、あの方に迷惑がかかるようなことは知られたくないんです。
Is the secret? Yeah.
決闘の掟のことや。
わかってるよ。お兄さん
He
に
doesn't-
僕らの秘密は伏せ
He doesn't know about that, but he knows about that.
いい人そうだし、巻き込んじゃ
He
かわい
did
そう
the
だ。
the last episode.
あれ
He did like the whole thing.
姫宮さん。
ミッキー。
どうもどうも。
So he's well aware of
今
this
日はお休みで
situation.
しょ？
姫宮のお兄さんのところに遊びに行ってたんだ。
Right?
理事長にね。
ミッキーこそ何してんの？
ええ、ちょっとここの資料室で調べ物を。
へえ、お休みなのにお勉強好きだね。僕はこんなところがあるのも知らなかったよ。
知らないんですか？根室記念館。曰く付きの建物ですよ。
Man, what is the deal with the stopwatch? I still do not get it.
ここで100人の少年が生き埋めになったそうです。
Is it just a visual trick or is it trying to say something? I feel like it's trying to say something, but I just don't know what. Wait, what?
それを言うなら花婿でしょ。僕は男の子だよ。
君には花嫁の方が似合ってるよ。必ず君を本物のバラの花嫁にする。そしてディオスの力を手に入れ、永遠の秘密を僕らのものにするんだ。
先輩がそう言うなら。
大丈夫。僕らのことは世界の果ても認めているさ。だがそのためには天女ウテナを倒し、姫宮アンシーを手に入れ、そして殺す。
Oh! Well,
強いデュエリストが必要だね。
I guess we know what our villains are planning. This soundtrack choice is so fucking weird and amazing.
すみません。今日面会の約束をしているんですが。
I'm so confused. But I feel like I'm supposed to be. This episode is throwing a lot at me. What the what?
高等部3年 A クラス大鳥かなえです。
では始めてください。
来年の春卒業したらすぐに結婚する予定です。
Is this a confessional?
理事長である父が勧めてくれました。彼は優しくて子供っぽいところもあるけど、本当は私よりずっと大人で温かく見守っていてくれているんです。彼のためなら何だってしてあげたい。心の底からそう思うんです。ただ
Whoa, the butterfly turn. What?
ただ彼には妹がいて、その妹が私どうしても好きになれないんです。 こんなことがありました。
Now it's a
私が
caterpillar.
大事にしていたスカーフを使ってみなさい
So we're
って貸してあげたら、
going
あの子ありがとうって言って
Deeper and
それで
deeper into the
メガネを
root
吹
of
き
her
出しちゃったんです
consciousness?
私もうびっくりしちゃって、それはメガネ拭きじゃないのよって言ったら、あの子何も言わずにこっちを見てただ笑ってた。その目を見て私ゾッとしたんです。だってまるで宇宙人みたいだった。
Okay, that's fair. Utena is, or Anthe is real weird.
父が病気になったのもあの疫病神が出入りするようになってからのような気がしてしょうがないんです。
Think Anthe's a specter of darkness or
これ以上あ
something?
の子の前で笑っていられる自信
This
があ
is,
りま
it's
せん。
like a confessional.
これでも好きになろうと努力したんです。
What's through that weird window?
でもダメなんです。どうしても
Wow, down to leaf.
ダメなんです。
わかりました。
Whoa!
あなたは世界を革命するしかないでしょう。あなたの進む道は用意してあります。
Nani the fuck?
聖地、100人のデュエリストが眠る神聖な場所です。この部屋は世界の果てへと続いています。
Nani?
学籍番号 D の13番。
Whoa! They're
見てください。このバラの刻印、ほら、黒いでしょ。
whoa!
持ち主が死ぬとこんな風に染まってしまうんです。僕は黒い方が美しいと思うけれど。
もう逃げられないよ。君は僕の黒羽。選ばれた。
Oh, hi there. So is he
これが
opposite
君の
Dios?
新たな心臓。新たな命だ。世界の果てに咲き誇るバラ。君に。
Wow, the soundtrack's
バラの
amazing.
刻印。
Yeah, a lot of interesting shit happens around here.
そういうんじゃなくて、もっとこう刺激的な何かよ。シュッシュッシュッって、うちの学園って平和よね。もうシュッシュッシュッ。なんかあっと驚くような事件でも起きないかな。
I wish I knew what that said.
誤解。
Wait,
ついに
wait.
ついに恐れていたものが来ちゃったのね。
Is this
人より早いね。お姉ちゃん
Are
待
they
ってるから。
is Wakaba the Puppet Girls?
どうします？この親知らず。どうすればいいのか。抜けば
What reason does she have to go to the dueling arena? Oh, is it that because of the note, right? Wait. This is a different version. There's a male voice in there. Much heavier drums. Whoa! What? Are those all sideways desks? Or pianos? Or, no, they're all desks. They're all upright desks. Okay. Whoa! What the shit? Hello. He's got shoulder pads. So is she a zombie sorta thing?
バラの花嫁にしよう。
かなえさん、どうして？
あれはいつものかなえさんじゃありません。これが私の本当の姿。私の中で眠っていたもう一人の私。この黒バラのある限り、私はこれから嘘の私を演じなくて済むの。あの黒バラのせいか。さあ、天井を打てな。剣を抜け。さもなくばバラの花嫁をいただく。
Totally different type of insert song. Okay.
世界を革命する力を。
Swing!
Pink! もっと本気出してくれよ。
かなえさん、さっき言ってたな。黒バラに誓って決闘を勝ち抜いて
バラの花嫁にしよう。
そう、よくわかったよ。なら手加減なしだ。
Hey, buddy. Swing! Hell yeah. I love that frame. Did it work? What? What? She falls into the position of one of the outlines. Is she alive? She appears to be alive. Is she herself? What?
あれがデュエリスト、天井ウテナか。なるほど。世界の果てが期待するだけのことはある。心を凍結させて作っただけの間に合わせのデュエリストでは彼女は破れないな。
Freezing her heart? Ah!
じゃあ、ウテナ様。ウテナ様。これから外出しますので。
ああ、今日はお兄さんに会う日だったね。いってらっしゃい。あ、姫宮。その後、かなえさんの具合はどう？
ええ、もうすっかり元気で。
よかった。
Okay.
でも、本当に彼女何も覚えていないの？
はい。決闘前のことは全く。
そう。だったら
What's she doing? What are these green things?
とにかく君のお姉さんになる人に怪我させちゃって申し訳なく思ってるよ。
あまり気になさらないで。ウテナ様のせいじゃありません。
ありがとう。引き止めて悪かった。じゃあ、お兄さんによろしく。はい。あれ？チュチュいたんだ。お前は一緒に行かないの？
Are they... Are they peas? Okay, so we get to see this? What does Anthe do here?
おいで、安心。
Tell me this isn't as creepy as it's leading up to be. Ah.
1週間、寂しかったかい？
はい、お兄様。
Okay, there was a lot to enjoy in this episode. Not a lot to understand, but a lot to enjoy. And a lot to, like, tentatively read into and probably be wrong. So, like from the start, everything about this episode feels very different from the previous arc. There's very little emphasis put on Utena at school and, like, going to school and all that stuff. Almost every episode of the previous arc starts with, like, walking to school and meeting Wakaba on the way, or something like that. And it's like a rather big shift when something else is the intro, unless it's the there is a princess and there was like a prince came up and gave her a ring and was like blah blah blah, that little story thing. That's the other exception. But then when something like this starts and it's this stark yellow, like, with sort of like atmospheric background sounds and sort of like a mechanical sliding sound. Yeah. And then the ding of, like, an elevator arriving. And this guy, who I thought was the same as the prince figure who we've seen perched on top of the egg, but seems to be a totally different character. Really confused by that. Apparently this is the rose that blooms at the end of the world. I got no idea on that one, man. Clearly we're talking some deep symbolism there. The black rose, like a darkness sink, a hate sink of some kind, and there's pretty clearly some kind of like homoerotic tone between those two, and like a bit of a gender bend the other way, male to female a little bit, with the one guy saying, like, you should be the rose bride, but I'm a dude, so groom, and he's like, nah, bride fits you better. There's some interesting stuff there. I don't really know. Our, like, base color palette has gotten a lot darker. And there's brightness in some of these scenes in the room, especially with Choo-Choo around and being goofy and stuff, but the base color palette has gotten a lot more red and dark. A lot more of the stuff that we saw in little bits and pieces during some of the student council scenes and the elevator scene and stuff like that is now just, like, in cuts between scenes, and it gives this feeling of tension and darkness, which I think is part of the point. Rose-tinted elevator. This is great that she thinks it's the wrong floor because of this crazy machine, but it turns out this is the right place. This is where you want to go. And the scale of this giant planetarium thing, the stars and planetarium thing is definitely got some symbolic weight to it, but I don't know what it's supposed to be. They're just making out, and they try to leave, but then they're not out. And Utena is very embarrassed by this situation. Anthe is very much not, just totally nonplussed. This guy is apparently the chairman of the school, and we know as the audience that we saw him before talking about all the stuff that's been going on beforehand, and, like, he knows a lot more than he's letting on, and is clearly got some things going on here. I don't know. But he's dating this girl, and this whole scene where it's like, it's almost like he has an obsession for stargazing. Some people joke that he got himself adopted into our family specifically to use the facilities here. And I'm thinking, like, what, maybe not the planetarium, but you know, like the dueling arena in the end of the world and the giant castle. Maybe he got adopted into this family in order to use those things. Right? Like, this is a boy who might have some ulterior motives. And might be a villain. The students here are all free, all have a love of learning, and they never fight. Nothing bad ever happens here, right? No, and you know that that's not true. So, what? Also, the fact that the floor looks like blood, looks like shiny blood. I don't know. I do not trust out of 10. And then this tension between her and Anthe begins to be built up, but it's behind masks, and it's all just in this pause, right? It won't be long until I really am your sister. Okay? Pause, pause, pause. Sure. Ah! Yeah, I mean, Utena is weird. Okay, and then we've got the buildup on this guy. He's scrolling through, like, microfiche stuff. He ghost wrote a paper for these professors and is correcting them like, it was your paper, right? But it's clear that he ghost wrote it, and they feel like they are obligated to give him a gift, and he doesn't want that. I don't really understand this. It's like they're slipping him something in the guise of the gift, as though somebody's watching. But the only people watching are the audience, so I don't know. And he's got a picture here that we are focused on. This is like the focal point of this shot is the top corner of this picture frame. As far as I'm concerned, it's right on. Of that other guy, I think he names him later. I'll have to try to remember that. So she said that she wanted you to have this, and gives him this thing, and they're like, this other guy is like pushing him and like nudging him, and this thing, what is that? Is that like a card, or like an envelope with money in it, or like, I don't know, man. But he's like, no, you don't need to give me a gift. You owe me one, in the most ominous way, but also dismissive because he's just off doing stuff. Great character design. I like his design. What presence he has. Sends shivers down my spine. Yes, the Circle of the Black Rose. And apparently high-level career bureaucrats might be members. So this is like Freemasons or the Illuminati. I guess. I don't know. Soji Mikage. Okay. Try to remember that. And then Miki shows up, and this scene is interesting. Like, immediately there's this huge divide between them, this giant pillar that, like, doesn't need to be in the frame, but it's there, and it's there because they're split. And I believe that, let's see. Yeah. We see this can is open. We can see the orange drink inside. This can is closed. No visibility of orange drink. Same type of can, same angle, essentially, on the can. I think that's interesting. It's just like a little thing, but Miki wasn't sitting down to have a drink with this guy. He was here to refuse. So that's interesting. Then he leaves. He again punctuates. Well, let's go through this, right? Oh, yeah, we shouldn't tell your brother about your secret. But we know that he know all about this, right? Or am I just totally misreading that? Regardless, suspect. Definitely suspect. Definitely suspicious stuff here. They run into Miki. I see you were with the chairman, or Miki, whatever. I didn't even know this place existed. Click. What's the deal with the stopwatch? What's the deal with this? Miki. It's got a rose on it. Otherwise, it's just a stopwatch. What's it for? What are you timing? Has a history. There are 100 boys buried alive in there. Legit. Okay, so is he named Mamiya? Okay. And it's like all of their shoes line the walls, the shoes of the boys who've been doing a thing, and then he's wearing a pair of those shoes standing in the row with them. Really interesting. Like he's carrying on their will, sort of. Something like that. So they are trying to gain the power of Dios make his eternal secrets ours. To do so, even End of the World recognizes our potential. But it also recognizes Utena's potential. But for this to work, we have to get and kill Anthe. To defeat Utena and kill Anthe. He's like male Utena. Or male Anthe. Kind of. But he's also really similar in design to Prince Dios guy. Fucking what? The Black Rose is super symbolic, but it's also like a weapon that sort of like, that turns people, I guess. And he called it his Black Rose, so it's got some direct link to him. She goes in there, has an interview, fills out a form, ends up in this elevator, and shit gets wacky. So there are like all these fingers pointing straight at this room, and then there are, all pointed this way. Sort of like the shoes, but in this case it's fingers in use. And then we open on this crazy elevator scene. And the music is this continually like dropping tone.
高等部3年 A クラス大鳥かなえです。
では始めてください。
来年の春
Yeah.
卒業
And then okay, so things that we see this reflective surface in like a square, almost as though this is like a prison visitation room thing, but the claustrophobic position of it, everything feels more like a confessional than anything else. And then there's this like ultra symbolic butterfly that transforms back into a cocoon and then into a caterpillar and then into a leaf over the course of her literal descent and her like backtracking through the reasoning to the deep core reasons that she can't get along with Anthe and has like some kind of potential motivation that they can latch onto or something. I don't fucking know. It's really cool. I don't know if it has like an explicit thing that it's going for here, but hot diggity damn does it work. It's definitely spooky. And we continuously cut to these roses on the wall, which appear to be the graves or the places where these boys' bodies are. And all of them, each of them has a ring, and upon death, that ring turns black. And then you can use that black ring to make somebody a Black Rose person who's like evil. Evil in a weird sense. Evil in the sense that they will be an antagonistic force toward Utena Anthe. This guy just appears in there, and it's a leaf now. Okay. The use of color and like she's in full color, right? We spiral out of control, and then it's like this all tinted blue creepiness. And we reveal this place, and it's like this one grave marker it's got a different symbol, different color on the front, and he calls it by number. Because we see it here, and it's like golden. It's like it's ready or something. I don't know. But then it opens, and there's a body in it, and he pulls out a ring, and it's white, and then he flips it through his fingers, and it turns black. Really cool hand animation. When a crest bearer dies, the color changes in this way. But it was white when we first saw it. So did he kill him in that instant, or did he pull a sleight of hand? Or am I just gonna, like, believe this? I'm leaning toward I'm just gonna believe this. Okay, but, I mean, what? Although I find the black one to be even lovelier. So he's got this, like, this interesting relationship with death and despair. Maybe. At least the symbolism of it. And then she backs out of the room into the blue, and what's-his-face is there. You've been chosen by my black rose. And then he stabs her with the black rose. Kind of Promised Neverland style. Whoosh. This is your new heart. Okay, I missed that line. Your new life. I guess I must have been freaking out about how weird all this shit is. Super awesome shots, and, like, all of these twisty Dutch angles, and, like, it's not even a Dutch angle, it's just on its side. Craziness. And then, yeah. Stab with a rose. I've been kissed by a rose on... I can't sing. We get, of course, the rose over top. Sort of like we see that in transformations, and we see that in certain key moments of fights. Stabbed. Does not seem to be a fun time to be stabbed in the heart with a rose. And the ring is put on her. I'm guessing, like, she's a kind of a corpse at this point. Yeah, the soundtrack is bonkers. Dueling Arena. The way that these two walk past this, I was going to comment on this, but as they walk past, it's like they're the two Shadow Puppet girls, but they're not. And again, everything is dark and red and purples and not pretty happy fun time color palette. She finds this note. I assume this note says something about there's a duel. Come meet us. I don't know. My ability to read moon runes is not great, especially when there's kanji in there, which a lot of this is, and so bleh. And then we get really weird thing with the puppet girls doing this thing, except that I think they're Wakaba? Maybe? Actually, let's do a looky-uppy thingy, shall we? Who voices Wakaba? Revolutionary Girl Utena Mao. Voice actors. Wakaba. Yuka Imai. More? Biko and Siko. Kumiko Watanabe and Satomi Korugi. Okay, they're totally different people. Oh, okay. Yep, totally, completely different human beings. Okay, I was just thinking maybe there was something crazy going on and they were the same voice. I didn't think they were, but confirmed, not the same voice. Cool. Totally different, very new, is that Tayun Mei? It sounds like we got some more drums in there, and bigger drums, bigger, bassier drums. I'm not actually sure if these are drum set kicks, or if they're doing, like, big drums. In any case, the drums are much more forward in the song, and there's a male voice, which, at least in the audio track that I'm listening to, the male voice is hard panned right, and the female voice is hard panned left. So there's a little bit of overlap in the middle, but when I listen to this, I hear the male voice mostly on the right side of my stereo track. Yeah, and the female voice mostly on the left side. So that's interesting. Shot reuse, good old scene. Nice. It ends very differently. It ends on a bell. Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. I wonder if that's... I don't know if that's part of the song or part of this experience. Then it's really weird. There are all of these desks with these white flowers on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to assume that it's 10 across as well. We have a scene of it from above or something. 4. I assume it's 10 across, and there are 100 of them to represent the 100 boys buried alive in that place. And there are probably 100 outlines on the floor as well. So, then we get some interesting lines. Kanai is not the same person. I buried the other me within myself. So, like, she's overcome by darkness revenginess? I don't know. Tentative reading. Yeah, maybe. As long as this black rose exists. Also, the great shading under the chin. It's pretty cool. Spoopy eyes. Pretty cool. Yeah. Alright, we get our classic swing. It's pretty dope. And we focus on these silhouettes. I have no idea how to read that. The fight goes. It's pretty cool. She talks down to her for a while. If you're gonna kill Anthe, then I'll do my best. And so Prince appears. We get this classic like gazelle punch equivalent thing. Super lunge. I like that. I really like that cut. So I'm cool with this being reused all the time, and I assume that it will be because it's really good. There's a lot of speed and awesomeness to it. It's just really cool. Yeah. Yeah. Super cool. And then we don't just pull like a like hard cut to silhouettes or cut to reaction shot with a flower over it. We actually show this like whoosh through, and the rose sort of shatters, if you will, and the petals go flying. And everything is moving. It's like everything is moving, and the rose like evaporates. It's really cool. We spin out from the perspective, and it works. All of these desks rearrange themselves to create 4 sections. It's super punchy animation. I really like it. I have no idea what it's trying to say or what it means. Also, okay, no. I was thinking that the parts of the flower is somehow combined, but no. And she sort of freaks out, and her black ring shatters, and she falls over into the outline of one of these things, and this like morgue grave thing swoops away with his shoes in it. I didn't see the shoes there, actually. That's cool. Okay. So one pair of this huge line of shoes has been taken and put into one of these boxes. And it swoops away, and on the other side is a furnace. And he's just like, yep, that's what's happening. And this is sort of like burning garbage, right? What the wuck? Makeshift duelist. Created by freezing her heart. Could never beat her. Then Utena is pulling the stems off of bean pods. I wasn't sure what that was. Today's the day you visit your brother. Yes, it is. Is Kanai okay? Yes, she is. Shouldn't trouble yourself over it. Hard to read that. Choo-Choo feels embarrassed about not going with her, which is weird. If Choo-Choo is Anthe's inner thoughts, then that implies like a reluctance to go, right? Something like that. Choo-Choo knows more than we do. Anthe takes off her glasses, which is maybe makes this scene pretty creepy. This scene is pretty creepy. He likes to look at the stars with his little sister. I don't know what to think. I'm satisfied with thinking about this episode for a while. Also, I've got like almost an hour recorded. So this was really cool. I'm going to wrap it up for the day. We're definitely starting a new arc with these Circle of the Black Rose people. Whole bunch of introduced characters whose motivations and stuff will hopefully become somewhat more clear as we move along, in the same way that the student council was, when first introduced, very like, what the fuck? And later was just like, oh, the fuck. This is even more what the fuck, which is hard to do and really cool. Lots of awesome imagery. The walls full of, like, I guess they're drawers with corpses in them. The shoes lining the floor. There's just so much symbolism. And the black rose versus Utena's white rose, which is also the rose of the prince. Like, and he seems to be some kind of specter of light, and that other guy with the hair seems to be some kind of specter of darkness. Also, wait a second. Is that... when we've got these two guys here, is one of them the up top Dios and the other one the down below Mamiya guy person? Or are they both the same? I guess they're both the same. I don't know. This was a really good episode. I assume, I'm gonna guess that this is gonna be a really good arc. So, I'm gonna wrap it up. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Utena, episode 14? 14. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope to catch you next week in the next one. Peace.